I would like to continue with the last video, because I said the first part is more theoretical and this second part of healing the emotions will be more practical. I'm still trying to intellectually talk about the things in order to give you a little more deeper understanding, but be aware that what is happening or what I'm pointing to is not mental. It's not the intellect doing it. Remembering back to what I've said, I said we are gonna be working with the mind in order to heal the body. A quick recap would be that we've spoken about reactions, about being more alert, more aware, and more noticing of the reactions that come up. What feelings are happening in the moment and what thoughts support them. Or the other way around, what thoughts come up and what feelings happen out of them. What feelings support those thoughts. More times is that you have a thought or a story happening in your head, and out of that you have a feeling, anxiety. Let's say there's so many examples that I could give, and for every conditioning it's gonna be different. For every person it's gonna be different. Person and conditioning are the same. Now we don't need to go into the examples. I can give you some. It's usually the mind being worried out of past experiences, which it projects into the future. They're gonna be upset with me again, creates fear. They're gonna do the same thing, anger. It's gonna happen like this. What if? What if this? What if that? More anxious. I'm gonna make the wrong decision again. I'm gonna not be able to do it. I don't have enough strength to do it. It is my obligation to do this. You put a lot of pressure on yourself. Basically any story that can come into the mind. I don't think it's necessary for me to talk about them, but maybe I made you notice some that you have yourself. And out of that comes emotion. And it keeps reliving itself. It's a set of thoughts that happen over and over. It can be at certain periods of time, but mostly you don't notice or you don't think about, every 16 hours this happens. You don't keep track. You don't need to. It's just I believe that there is a certain loop in which it replays inside of your psyche in order to feed itself. There's many triggers, and it's about noticing those triggers and seeing what gets to you, what irritates you, and out of that seeing, bring about the separation, bring about the I'm not that feeling, I'm not that thought, just watching. Out of that can come insight, as I said, but the insight is not it. The insight can create the let go, the surrender of that thing that triggers you, and like out of that understanding basically you get the ability, the choice is presented itself to let it go. But it doesn't always come. And when it does, it's good, but when it doesn't, is what we're gonna do now. So that would be a little recap. Now, going to the second part, I said the feeling supports the thought, or the thought supports the feeling. With one of them falling off, the other one can be healed because they do not longer feed each other. When the practice is very simple, when you notice that pain comes, because most likely you will be so identified with that narrative inside your head that you will not have enough space to and discernment to separate yourself from it. And that's why it's so strong. That's why it has such a strong charge. And then manifests as that discomfort, as that pain. Or that hurt, or that fear. It doesn't matter. It's all just another sensation. So out of that you can see how strong of a power your belief and your identity is. how much power you actually have, but it is put into this limited identity. Now, when one falls off, and now we're gonna have the mind fall off, your story of what is happening, of why something is wrong, why something is gonna happen like this, or the what ifs, the whole story, you drop. Surrender and let go of the whole story. Is it possible for you to let go of your mental narrative, of your reasoning? I'm angry because he did it to me like this those 2 years ago. I'm so angry at him still. Like I just cannot forgive him because he did it like this. He sucks. He did it to me. Who's saying that? It's just the mind saying it. Nothing is happening to you now, but it feels that way. And you cannot let it go. You cannot let go of your hurt. Notice that narrative. And can you not have it there? It's anyway not there. It's anyway not there at all times. But when it comes up, you grab onto it. You just go with it. Because it comes up only to refeed itself, to make sure it can stay alive within you. So can you drop it in the moment as you notice that there is pain, there is hurt? As I said, you will at first not catch it immediately. So the narrative will start going, you will start having your story, why this thing is gonna happen like this, or what if, blah blah blah, any kind of example. And then pain comes. And when the pain comes, you usually notice that way more. Oh, wow, I'm having like a heartburn right now. And what is this? What's happening? And the mind doesn't know. But it is, a lot of times, if it's recurring like this, it is out of your anxiety, out of your fear. But it was just this story that was happening. So then you can backtrack. 5 minutes ago, I was just thinking about how, like, I was having a dialogue playing in my head, or a projection into the future, how I'm gonna be arguing with this person. It like made me so hurt. This pain is out of that. And when you notice these narratives, I'm again giving just examples. When you notice these narratives, thanks to the pain has the opportunity for you to become present and then separate from that narrative, drop the idea, the mental story, and just focus with your attention on the feeling, on the emotion. And it can be in your stomach, it can be knots in your stomach, it can be some pain in your head, it can be felt as pain in your heart, it can be in your legs, in your hands, it can be in many places, anywhere in your body, because it is in the body always. It just gets triggered in certain situations. That's why certain things irritate you more than others. So then, with dropping of the narrative, with learning to let go of your story, of you being the angry, upset, scared, anxious, whatever one, and just focusing on the feeling, the attention itself will heal it. It is as simple as that. That's it. Your attention, the attention of the being, disidentified from the person, has the power to heal the body of these stuck sensations and emotions. But with dropping the mind, you need to drop the duality of it too. Because if you focus on the pain and put the attention on the pain, your mind is conditioned to pain equals bad. We do not want pain. Pain means something is wrong. Run away. And that is just another escapism. The point is not to escape or resist anymore. It can be another thing which I would like to mention. Maybe you are taking yourself as a seeker, trying to get enlightened, get to enlightenment, because you want to feel good. When I get enlightened, it's gonna feel so nice, and I'm gonna just feel blissful, and my problem's gone, and this is how it's gonna be. That's just another projection. It's just another way of the mind escaping the present moment. You're just escaping. You don't want to feel those pains, so you try to get enlightened. But somewhere along the line, you will notice that enlightenment cannot happen as long as you resist anything, even these feelings. But going back to the practice, you can do it in the moment when it's happening. You will learn to just surrender. But if you cannot do it at first, or it seems difficult, it's very good to do it also in meditation. And once you start to become more aware of where the feeling, where the pain is, you will be able to sit down, and even without the pain being there in the moment, you can sit, relax, and focus on the spot where usually that pain comes up. It will come up, and you will feel the pain that you usually feel. But this time, you drop the narrative. You drop judging it. You drop the duality. This is pain, and pain is bad. This is good. This is bad. I'm doing this to heal it. Why isn't it working? It should have been healed. Oh, I cannot do this. Anything the mind can say. Watch it. But do not identify. Do not go with it. Do not believe into it. It is just that simple. That's it. When you do not believe or identify with the mind, it will not have you resist it. That's the point. If you take yourself as the mind, you will clench, you will resist. This hurts. Maybe he's not right. What if I'm gonna die? Because the pain will amplify. It's so strong, and you've been running from it all this time, but also feeding it, adding to it by resisting. So now open up the hatch and let it bubble up. And it will intensify, then slow down a bit, intensify again. Just watch. Watch the waves of this storm coming up and down. But trust me when I say that it will go out with a bang. It will be a boom, and then it's gone. And those things will not trigger you anymore. Those things will not bother you. They will not make you suffer anymore. So much potential and so much opportunity is in that pain. It makes me remember, I think Sam Garrett said, the doctor lives in the patient's pain. Where he meant exactly this. The healing of that pain is in the pain itself. That's it. So simple, yet so difficult for the mind. I'm trying to think, but there's nothing more to say about it. That's the whole practice. Learn to surrender into the pain and into let's not call it pain. Think of it as a sensation. It's just a sensation happening. It is not negative or positive. There is no negative and positive energy. It is just how it is. Once you start seeing it this way, a lot of things are gonna change. You're gonna be able to surrender into it. It might many times catch you off guard, and you're like, oh no, but it's just the mind. And then you learn to surrender fully. So this is more of a bhakti practice, and you see that I'm teaching it to you on the level of sacral, which you could say is the second chakra. So such a big thing being discovered so early. That's it. Just sit, drop all your thoughts. They will come, but you will not identify, you will not go with them, you will not believe into them, you will not let them pull you away from this feeling, from this sensation, which you can call pain, but just a sensation, which was stuck there for so long. And just keep your attention there. Do not want anything from it, just be curious. Not analyzing curious, like curious what is it, why is it there? No, just curious. Watch it with curiosity and innocence. Without the mind, there is innocence, there is purity in it. And you just watch. And that spot which hurts, you relax fully. Without forcing. You don't force, you just relax as best as you can and let it do its thing. Do not go with the mind. If you do it genuinely and intensely, with a lot of fire, It will not take long. This is not something that you will have to practice for months. The fruit of it is so sweet, it will take 2 days and you will see the difference. Give it a try for a week. Practice this for a week and you'll see the huge difference. That's it. Thank you, love you, good luck, and bye-bye.